Hello and welcome to another battle report with the Schola Progenium. So today I'll be using a slightly adapted version of my Blood Angels Pure Infantry Army, where I've swapped out my Assault Marines for my Sanguinary Guard and Sanguinary Ancient, but I'll go into my list in more detail in a minute, but we'll be giving them a real test today because I'll be facing off against the Imperial Knights. Sam, one of my regular opponents, has been kind enough to use my knights against me on the channel, so I can give my pure infantry list a real test for you guys, so we can see how they face up against a really tough matchup. So we'll go into the army list now, so in a little bit more detail. So if I look at my HQs first, starting off, I've got a Smash Captain. He's not my Warlord, but he does carry the relic Angel's Wing, so he gets reroll charges and can't be targeted for Overwatch. And he's joined by Mephiston, who will be taking the Psychic Powers Wings of Sanguinius, and then Psychic Powers 1 and 2 as well. I forget what they're called, but they give you D3 extra attacks, +1 attack to a unit, and I think it's Advance and Charge or something like that. Then I've got, now technically this is an elite choice, but he's a character, a Sanguinary Ancient, given reroll 1s to wound in close combat, which is really nice. Then I've got a Lieutenant, and he's got a Power Sword and Mastercrafted Bolter. I also have a Chaplain, just Jump Pack, and that's it. And then finally a Captain, he's also got a Mastercrafted Bolter and a Power Sword. Moving on to my troops at the front, I have 6 units, why 3? 6 units of 5 Tactical Marines, 3 just with bare bones, pure bolters, and then 3 are coming with a plasma rifle in there. And then onto the elites section. So I've technically 5 elite choices here, but 4 main elite choices. I have my Tactical Assault Terminators. I've got my Tactical Terminators. I have 9 Sanguinary Guard with 3 Encarmine Axes and 6 Encarmine Swords. And then I have 12 Death Company with 2 Thunder Hammers and 4 Power Swords, and then 6 Bolters and Chain Swords. So that is my 2000 point pure infantry Blood Angels Red Tide, or red, gold and black these days I guess. Right, let's look at the knights. Right, so here we have the knights, and backed up by a battalion of Black Templars for some CP and a little bit of I guess you can take objectives from these guys as well. So we have in HQs a Captain just with a Thunder Hammer, he hasn't got that Storm Shield. And we have a Lieutenant, just bare bones, he's just got a bolter, normal bolter. Then we have 3 Crusader squads, all with bolt pistol and chainsword. And we have 3 Knights. So looking at the Knights here, in terms of Warlord traits, CP, that kind of thing, we have spent an extra CP to get an extra Warlord trait. And we've got Cunning Commander, which gives us that CP back, and then gives us a free reroll on a variety of things. And then you also get the Warlord trait, the extra one, so this guy isn't actually the Warlord, but it makes his gun do mortal wounds on 6s to wound. So 6 to wound gives mortal wounds, but he's not actually the Warlord. Then we have this guy who is actually the Warlord, or would you rather have the guy at the back? Your choice. Guy who stays back or guy who gets stuck in?
Castellan.
Castellan. So the Castellan's the other Warlord, and he's the Cunning Commander. Very cunning, Sam. Good choice. Then we have, in terms of relics, we've spent 3 command points for extra relics, and we've given this guy a 2-up armor save, so he's just really resilient. We've given this guy the extra flamethrower. I can't remember what it's called. Something Traitor's Pyre. That's it, which gives it rerolls to wound, which is really good. And then this guy has Endless Fury, so he's really pumping out the shots. He's got 14 shots with that gun. So, you know, these guys are, I think that's a pretty good combo. They're Hawk Shroud, so they're Imperial Household, and that household means that you count their wounds as double when calculating, you know, damage profile. So it takes a lot of damage to get these guys to hit on 4s, and they almost have to be dead before they hit on 5s. so really useful. So yeah, it's the Knights. It's going to be a really tough matchup, and I think it was the wrong time to go for my Sangard because there's a lot of multi-damage weapons in this army. Be better off with my Assault Marines, but yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm really excited and very nervous. Right, so we're deployed and we've got the battlefield set up. We are playing the mission where it's chapter approved 2018. I've got 3 objectives. I've got one there. There's one in the middle, and then Sam has one just in between his knights back there. It's the one where you get 1 point at the end. It's the beginning of your turn. Yeah. After the first, for your own objective. 2 if you hold the centre, and 3 if you hold your opponent's. So I'm set up here. I'm kind of as far back as I can be while still being a little run in advance, maybe away from this cover if I need it, and to take that objective. Because I don't just want to hide, but I do need to survive. Now I'm currently getting first turn, and I hope to keep it that way. I can really do without taking 2 turns of night shooting, because that could possibly table me. So I've got 5 men hidden on this objective. Sam set up this little bit of terrain and fortunately put a little bit of line of sight block in here, so I took advantage of that. And then I've got the rest of the guys here, as I said, all my characters at the back, and then 2 units of Termes, Death Company and Sangard in the sky. Sam's got 5 Crusaders here. He's got his normal standard knight there, then he's got his Valiant here, and his, Castellan, sorry, there, and Valiant here, accompanied by a Smash Captain and a Lieutenant. And then 5 more Crusaders there, so they're placed, I imagine, to stop me. Oh, and another one hidden under there, the 3rd one under that building. So they're placed, I would imagine, to stop me deep striking in. So carefully placed Crusaders. Let's see what happens. So we'll roll off now, Sam, and see. Oh, you can roll to see if you steal initiative, rather. It's a 4, thank the Emperor. So we'll get back to you after Blood Angels turn 1. The Blood Angels turn was really quick and simple. I just moved and advanced my tactical marines on this side of the board over here, and kept my characters with them. I was thinking about pushing forward, getting the characters in position for the drop, but I thought I can still probably get them in a reasonable position and stay safe. Now Sam will get to shoot me whatever I do with this guy on this flank. But this guy is going to be out of the mix for a couple of turns, hopefully. So, you know, possibly could be accused of cowardice, but of course these are the mighty Blood Angels, so you can never presume such things about them. They are just tactically repositioning, ready for the Knight advance. So let's see what the Knights do in their turn 1. So after Knight's first turn, first of all, this guy, he advanced his guys forward and he got a 1 with everyone. So he just spread out and sort of kept a little deep strike bubble around his knights. He started marching the Valiant forward because, you know, he's got to get into range with that flamer and stuff. He popped some shots with the 2 siege breaker cannons, but I saved my armour save. Spent the 2 command points to go up by to get a cover save. But then this guy unleashed and unfortunately actually failed to wipe out a single squad. One squad had already taken 2 wounds, I think, from a siege breaker or something like that. Oh no, it was the plasma from this guy. So they were on 3, and they were failed to be killed by this guy. His melter gun only managed to kill 1 more. And then this guy had also fired his volcano lance and killed 4 of this squad. So Sam shot his stubber at that plasma guy, got a wound, but I made the save. And Endless Fury went on this now 3-man squad. He got 1 mortal wound through and then only failed 1 armour save. Just got really lucky on my saves. So I took a bit of a hammering. Sam's been really careful to make sure that I'm going to struggle to deep strike in. So it's going to be really tricky because I've got my captain back here. He's the one who can't be overwatched. This guy's the only one who basically is exposed to a charge. You know, decisions. Let's see what happens in Blood Angels turn 2. So the Blood Angels are really struggling to get what they want in turn 2. But hopefully the dice will balance out, so I'm not going to stress about it. So first things first, these guys sort of moved onto this cover and moved forward and started spraying into these guys. Killed all 5 of them off, although I lost 2 plasma weapons on overcharge in the process. Even with my captain re-rolling, I got 5 1s in a row for 3 plasma guys, but on the 6th roll got a 5 and hit with the 3rd guy. 2 of them died. So that was crazy bad luck. Then I deep struck 2 units of Termes, Mephi and my Death Company in here, and they all sprayed up these guys. Reroll 1s from the captain because I'm moving advance my characters forward. Managed to kill 4 of those guys, but that last one would not die. He took about 10 turret saves and just lived. So then I rolled my charges. Rolled my turret against this guy, so I knew I was going to be taking a hell of a lot of Overwatch. I rolled my Termes first and got a 6 and a 2, and I thought, yes, command point time. Re-rolled it, got a 2. Damn it. But fortunately they managed to pass any Overwatch that hit them. Then the next Termes rolled, again, got an 8. So I failed by 1 inch, again, absolutely painful. At that point I'd obviously used my command point, and I was just trying to, you know, overwhelm him by making sure I got 1 unit in on the charge before... 1 unit in on the charge before I charged my Death Company in, because I knew they'd be brutalised by that flamer. And these Termes took a massive amount of hits, and I think Sam got 12 hits with his Call's Wrath, and 4 of them ended up dying, and then they just ended up stood there. And then my Death Company charged in. Unfortunately, after all of that tactical planning, Sam only rolled 4 hits on the Death Company. He only got 1 wound through out of all of that, and I saved it. So the Death Company made it in, and I thought, right, it's on. So I conga lined, and 3 of my 12 Death Company hadn't taken any hits in Overwatch, so I thought, right, conga line back all the way so they were within a 6-inch bubble of these 3 characters. And I had loads of re-rolls, so I was re-rolling all my hits and 1s to wound because the Chaplain and Sanguinary Ancient, but I just couldn't stop rolling 3s on my Thunderhammers the first round of combat. And I only put, I think, 6 wounds on him with everything. It just absolutely just failed. Even with re-rolls, just absolutely failed. Probably would have put like 1 wound on him if I didn't have re-rolls. So he went against me and he killed 4 Death Company. I killed 3 chain swords and then 1 power sword because I thought, right, I'm still going to go for those re-rolls. And I'm glad I did it. Spent the 3 command points to strike again at the end of combat. And I got 15 wounds on him with the Thunderhammers that time, which is what they should have done the first time. And if I'd done that, you know, obviously it'd be gone, but these things happen, it's one of those. So I've taken a big hit on my Termes, trying to defend the Death Company getting in. They did make it in, and now this guy is remaining on a mere 6 wounds. So I've done 22 wounds to him, so he is actually now suffering, and he's inhibited because he counts as being on 12 wounds, which means he's hit on force. But that doesn't really matter to him because he's got the flamethrower auto hit. It's not the guy I wanted to strike first, but Sam's deployment's been very clever. He's really played it well, but this guy is now exposed, so we'll see what happens in Knights. Turn 2. So as could be expected, the Knights cleared up in front of them. So starting off, this guy sprayed into the Termes with his melter cannon, and the Death Company with his auto cannon, his Endless Fury. And he killed maybe 4 Death Company with the Endless Fury. I got pretty lucky on my saves, but then Sam got really lucky on his hits, and I got really unlucky on my invuns or whatever. I can't remember exactly what happened, but basically all the Termes got melted in one little swift blast. This guy spent his time flamethrowering the Death Company as well, and took them a long way to being finished. There was just 3 guys left, 2 Thunderhammers and a power sword. He bolted them and used some other various daka like a stubber and got them down to 1 Thunderhammer, who he killed in close combat with his Smash Captain, new Smash Captain, first time on the field. And then apart from that, he just fired a few shots over here with some siege breaker cannons and that kind of thing, but failed to do any wounds. So yeah, and my Thunderhammer Termes just got absolutely wiped out from a lucky blast as well. From I think this Volcano Lance, and I just failed like all my invulns. So I just literally lost everything, all my Termes. I didn't make a single invuln save. Everything got totally wiped out, and then my Death Company got dakkered. So it's looking pretty bad, but all is not lost. I've still got my Standguard. I've still got some characters. I've still got the Super Smash Bros, Mephi, and Baron Harkonnen, the Red Baron, my Thunderhammer, Death Company, Captain, smash captain. So I'm not giving up hope. I think I've got Sam right where I want him. So it's disappointing news on the Blood Angels lines. You know, keeping my spirits up. I'm, you know, keeping not giving up yet, but I am just facing off, frankly, a lot of bad luck. And you know, I know I'm facing knights, and I'm happy to face knights. The knights' weapons are doing exactly what they should do, and that's absolutely fine. But I cannot make a charge roll this game for some reason. So Mephi, Sam blocked my first power, and then I wingsed up to 1 inch away. Then I moved all my characters to a 6-inch charge away. Sorry, 7-inch charge away. And my captain was a 6-inch charge away, and my sang were obviously 9 inches. So I shot, and Sam just saved a lot of saves against these guys from this and all of that shooting. And he had 1 guy left at the end. Oh, and all of these guys. So 5 Assault Marines in the open against all that shooting, and those guys, combi bolters, and these guys, but failed. Anti-plasmas as well. Sorry, 1 plasma now. And then after that, I attempted to charge with Mephi, and Sam got 2 6s from his Siegebreaker cannon to hit on Overwatch. You also got 2 6s from your melter gun.
Yep.
And did you get the missile as well?
Nope.
No, not the missile. And he ended up doing 4 wounds in total from all of that after my Feel No Pains. And then he didn't even need to roll the flamethrower because he got a 6 with his harpoon. Just Mephi charging towards him, he just pointed his harpoon at him, and just bang, Mephi took a harpoon in the chest. Nothing you can do about that. I rolled the 10-5 ups just to see if he could make that, because I thought, my luck's got to turn eventually. You know, maybe I'll make all those 5 ups and save his last wound, or maybe even 2, and then, you know, command point it. But I couldn't, and Mephi took the harpoon in the chest and died. So I thought, well, you know, never mind. Hopefully I'll chop this guy down. But I just could not get the luck on my rolls. My captain only did 3 wounds, even though he's got 5 attacks. My Sandguard picked it back up again at the very end, and managed to get a whole load of wounds through. So well done to the Sandguard, and you know, maybe my luck is now changing. So I'm not going to give up yet. But Sam has 3 knights on the field, which is just like exactly not what I wanted, because I was aiming to take his 6 wounds off him with Mephi. It would have been an easy job if Mephi had got in. And this guy should have died as well, but the captain just failed in his job. And because I spent a command point on Mephi, because I thought, oh, come on, he can't die on Overwatch. I couldn't strike again because I was keeping 5 back, but I thought it's worth it to try and take this guy down with Mephi, but failed. So it was a waste of a command point, and in the end, by spreading my forces, I ended up destroying nothing when I wanted to destroy 2. So maybe I should have targeted the guy with Endless Fury, but at least this guy's only on 6 wounds. This guy's on 4 wounds, so he's shooting terribly now at least. He'll be hitting on 5s, I think. Counts as 8, so maybe he'll be...
Well, he's hitting on 4s.
So he's hitting on 4s still. So because of Hawk Shroud, even though he's only got 4 wounds left, he's still hitting on 4s. So I think we can expect these guys to just get absolutely wasted in the Knight's turn. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So, welcome back. Are you surprised to see me? Yes, that's right. The Blood Angels are still alive, and I'm feeling in the game. Ever the optimist. My Sanguinary Guard have kept me in the game. This beautiful bastard survived the final wound against him from this guy. I can't remember what it dealt it, but I think it was the Flamer, Traitor's Pyre, which meant that this guy had to shoot him. He couldn't shoot my captain, because obviously if that guy had unloaded on my captain, it would have been game over. So he ended up dying. He got it in the neck from, I think, the plasma. Then that guy shot over at the 5-man attack squad here, killed 3 of them, and you know, various other fire, killed off a few of my Tap Marines, because Sam's, you know, ever aware that these Tap Marines are trimming down his ability to score points, although he did score the centre point for the first time this game. That has been scored in turn 3 for the Knights, was it? Yeah. So it's been a really brutal, you know, fight back and forth with no one really on those objectives, just holding each other off. Every time someone takes it, they get killed. So my captain remained alive. He didn't get shot at. Then the this guy here, Sam's captain, he moved up behind, got like an 11-inch charge, so just ran round a few inches, and then he started attacking these guys, and he struck against my chaplain first, and got 4 wounds through, and I managed to save 2, and then use my last command point, because I thought, well, I'm not going to be interrupted or anything like that at this point, and saved it, so I only took 3 wounds. So then Sam spent 3 of his last 4 command points to strike again. He did 2 and 2, and he failed his wounds, only got 1 hit, failed the wound against the chaplain. Oh no, you got the wound through, but then I passed it again, finally, so loads of 4-ups from the chaplain. And then the sanguinary ancient survived his 5-up. Got 1 wound on him and survived a 5-up armor save as well. So, you know, I mainly have a few characters leading the charge, but my luck does seem to be turning. I was making more saves then. I was making more saves than I should have done then, and that has certainly made up for it. So if I can somehow manage to make a charge this turn, you know, I know that's a lot to ask, but if I can make a charge with this guy, then maybe we can carry on fighting. So Blood Angels, turn 4.
Yeah.
Alright, it's on. Come on, Baron Harkonnen, you can do it. So with a determined glare, Captain Atreides ordered his plasma squad forward and strode out of cover. The plasma squad fired, got double 1, but had the reroll because he moved to give them the buff. And they put, ultimately, with an overcharged 2 wounds on the knight that was there with 4 wounds. Then Captain Atreides himself popped off 2 shots, hit, got a 6. Sam failed his save because of the AP -1, re-rolled it with his final command point, failed the final save, and the knight exploded. Then my captain, Harkonnen, over here, struck, and he only got 2 hits, even with re-rolls from the chaplain. You know what I mean, what can you do, eh? And but he did get 2 wounds through on 3s, but then Sam got a 6-up save, and like another, you know, 2 or 1 or something like that, so I put 3 wounds through. Sam was then hitting on 6s, because he's finally down to 3 wounds, double that, because a Hawk Shroud makes 6, yep. And it's 1 to 7 as the bracket, whereas weapon skill 6. Struck back at my captain, but only managed to do 2 wounds to him, because I saved 1. He did 3, but I feel no pain. So, all in all, I was hoping to blow this guy up, but Sam's starting with no points. He's not going to claim his objective, and he's not going to claim that objective because that guy got shot off by my lieutenant over there. These guys failed. Sam saved his armour again on that 1 assault marine. The lieutenant saved the day, so characters with those mastercrafted bolters coming in. So we'll see if Sam can kill 2 of those characters. I'll still be contesting that objective at the start of his next turn. And if you can only kill 1 character, I'll claim 3 points. So, you know, it's all to play for. I'm determinedly trying to destroy my own knights, but, you know, win-win really, because it's my knight army, so if they crush my Blood Angels, I kind of win in a way anyway, I suppose. Anyway, on to knights, turn 4. Right, well, at the end of the knight's turn, things took a turn for the worse with the Blood Angels. So Sam ran this guy, who's been hiding here, taking 2-up saves all game, towards these guys. He was a 9-inch charge away. A little bit of fire killed one of them, and then he got the 9-inch charge. I missed on my plasma. I think I hit, but failed to wound. And he got him, but they failed to do anything to each other. And then over here, this guy, even though he's only hitting on 6s, he got 5 hits out of 12 on the chaplain. And, you know, I just couldn't, with 2 wounds left or 1 wound left, I just couldn't save that many saves, invums, and the chaplain died. And then this guy, he was just hitting straight up on 4s against the Sand Guard. And both of them had actually survived the initial shooting phase. Only the captain had died by taking the auto hits from the traitor's pyre. Captain Harkonnen burned as the flesh was stripped from his bones, and he was vaporised in a matter of seconds with the traitor's pyre, which is in many ways suitable, because I don't like to talk badly about Captain Harkonnen or Baron Harkonnen, but he has totally failed. He's not got more than 2 hits out of 5 all game. Yeah, basically we're going to call it there. In terms of points, Sam held his home objective for the full term of the game, so that's 4 points for that, and he held that once, which gives him 6 points. He's also killed Warlord, which is 7, but has no line breaker. I have got 4 points because this squad has been sitting behind this line of sight blocking terrain the whole game, so I've got those 4 points. I did not kill Sam's Warlord. I killed the guy with a Warlord trait, but the guy with the plasma cannon is the actual Warlord, and he obviously refused to die. He didn't even take much damage because this guy refused to die. So yeah, it's 6-8 to the Knights all in all. Interesting, very interesting. I think there's a lot to be learnt from this battle. I feel like if I'd just got one of my 6-inch charges over here with the Chaplain and Sanguinary Ancient against the big knight who would have died a turn earlier, maybe that would have helped. This guy obviously refused to die as well. The Baron Harkonnen just continuously messing up. So it was a tricky one. But when you're playing on a knife edge and your luck goes bad, you're going to lose inevitably. You've got no wiggle room. So it just shows against knights, because they are just of that level of firepower, if you get a few bad rolls, it's really going to turn the game against you. Just a couple of failed charges, shooting, everything like that, fair. Knights have good weapons. I don't expect to make any armor saves. Did absolutely fine on that. Pure and Sam's shooting was absolutely fine. Got one good burst of Overwatch against Mephi, but really none of the melters or anything like that mattered because you got that harpoon in Mephi's chest, which was absolutely epic. So it's just one of those things. Failed a couple of really close charges, and if you fail in charges the Blood Angels, you're going to have a bad day. So thank you very much, Sam, for your time and for running these knights against me. Pretty pleased with the overall result. It was really fun game, really close, back and forth. Blood Angels refused to give up. So yeah, all in all, good game. This has been the Schola Progenium. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.